Hi, my name's Daniel Foley. Some of you may already know me on the forum. I just wanted to talk about the spinal surgery that I recently had. I had scoliosis. I had a fusion from T12 down to T2. I had that about just over 2 weeks ago now at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital in Stanmore. What an amazing hospital, an amazing team. I had the surgery with Dr. Lahovsky, who was my consultant and surgeon at the hospital, and they've changed my life. They've made life worth living now. I used to have a 47-degree curve, which, to be honest, isn't significant. I know that there are a lot of people out there that have much greater curves. The problems I had with my spine were mainly because of the rib hump, not so much the curve. I had a lot of thoracic rotation in my spine, which caused a significant rib hump. My rib hump stuck out, I think at the worst point, 10 centimeters at the back, which meant that I was severely lopsided. I couldn't sit against any chairs properly. I'd get agonizing backache, and I just felt horrible. I couldn't wear many clothes. I'd get a large protruding hump out of one side of my back. I never went swimming. I didn't go on holiday. I just avoided doing anything where people might see my back, and a lot of that is vanity. But I think a lot of people, other than pain, don't like the cosmetic effects that scoliosis has, and not just scoliosis, kyphosis as well. It's actually amazing how prevalent scoliosis, kyphosis, and other spinal curvature problems are. They're so well hidden in society that people don't realise that actually it's not as uncommon as you may think. And I know that the prospects of surgery for many are incredibly scary. They're daunting, and that's natural because of the type of procedure that the surgery is. You know, your spinal column is the main infrastructure of your body, and having any surgical work carried out there is obviously very major. It's a major operation. I won't lie, I was very scared, petrified really, knowing what was going to be done, the stay in hospital, the risks. But I have to say that I miss hospital. I think people really do worry about the worst possible scenario, and you have to look past that. Surgery is amazing. It is. If you are due to go for surgery, or you have surgery in the future, or you're deciding on surgery, I would say that it is well worth doing. You know, the procedure itself is just amazing. The technology is amazing. The skills of a lot of the qualified spinal surgeons is beyond belief. You know, the work that they're capable of doing is phenomenal. So I had a 47-degree thoracic curve with a lot of rotation. I had a large rib hump. I was diagnosed in 2001. And my spinal curve progressed rapidly. When I was diagnosed, I think it was something like between 15 to 18 degrees, and within a matter of years it tripled to 47 degrees. The curve had stabilised, but the rib hump was just making life miserable. Initially they said I wasn't really a good candidate for surgery because my curvature was actually below the 50-degree threshold which is where they usually recommend surgery. If you're below 50 degrees, then they generally try and stay away from surgery, and they try alternative bracing methods. I had a brace for many years, but that never did anything. It may have stopped progression, but it didn't reduce the curve at all. And to be honest, I think that anyone considering bracing over surgery has to really look at the benefits of surgery, whereas bracing can be years of uncomfortable uncomfortable feeling because of obviously the material that the brace is made out of, and feeling incredibly restricted, whereas surgery is short term, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but in the long term obviously you don't require the brace after 6 months, 12 months post-op. For me, I don't even remember the surgery. The morning of the surgery I was given a pre-med. I was literally out like a light bulb. I don't remember anything. I remember I was very nervous, very apprehensive. I took the pre-med. It made me feel a bit sick. It made me feel very woozy. But as soon as I got down to the operating theatre, the people were lovely. They take your mind off of it, and before you know it, that's it. You're out like a light. My surgery was about 5 hours in total. When I woke up, the first thing that I asked was, could I walk down to theatre? And then when they told me I'd had the surgery, I didn't believe it. I woke up, I felt amazing, I felt brilliant. The anaesthetic is amazing. Maybe some people react to it badly. I didn't. I woke up, I felt out of this world. It was great. I was on HDU for a day. The people in HDU are lovely. You'll be well looked after. They make good cups of tea. And then after you're deemed fit and well, which is about 24 to 36 hours, they then move you down onto the ward. And the people on the ward were lovely. You don't get as much attention on the ward, but you're in good hands at the hospital. You'll be well looked after. A few days of being in hospital, yeah, quite discomfort. There's a lot of discomfort, pain, but the morphine generally takes the sting off it, out of the pain, and it is manageable. You've got a PCA which allows you to control the morphine that you're putting into your body. After a few days, they get you to stand up. That is a very difficult task. Obviously, you've been in bed for a few days, you've been immobilised. When they get you to stand up, it is horrible. You feel sick, lightheaded, and yeah, there is a lot of pain. But once you learn to sort of just get past that first stage, everything begins to get a lot easier. But again, this is for me. The experience may vary from person to person, but for me, getting up initially was incredibly painful, very stiff. I felt completely weird. Your body feels lopsided, your centre of gravity changes, but after standing up a few times you begin to get your energy back. Let me just show you the brace. After a few days of being in hospital, you may or may not, depending on your scoliosis and your consultant, you may be required to wear one of these. This is a TLSO brace. Mine came with planets, which is a bit childish, but to be honest, there's not a great selection unless you like Hello Kitty, but that's not really my thing. So here you will find these are moulded to your body. They take a plaster mould of your body, and then they do this, which basically, this provides protection for your back. It helps pull everything into line. Your muscles and your body will be trying and working to go back to how they were when your spine was crooked, because the muscles are obviously set in such a way when they're disturbed and your spine is straightened, the muscles continue to try and pull back. So this, along with physiotherapy, helps to retrain your muscles in their new position. And like I say, these corset straps go around your body, and it basically holds you into shape. They may or may not also provide you with one of these, which is basically a removable corset, which is stretchy. It has 2 metal rods in, and that is basically to help you sleep at night, because obviously the other cast can be very uncomfortable. I will now show you my back. So I had a massive curvature here. My spine, my back used to come out to about there. They've managed to reduce it significantly, and I now have a straight spine. And here you can see the dressing, which obviously covers where my spinal surgery was. I still have some swelling here, which is continuing to go down, but you can see here my spine is even on both sides. Overall, I'd say the surgery was the best thing that I've ever done. I've suffered with scoliosis for over 10 years. I've suffered torment, I've suffered nasty comments from people. I've basically been through one hell of a journey with this condition. And I have to say, it's been very emotional. So for any of you that are due to go for surgery, or for those of you that need someone to turn to, or need any questions asked, I'm more than happy to help. You can find me on Facebook under the name Daniel Foley, F-O-L-E-Y. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Daniel Foley, and that's F-O-L-E-Y, all one word. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help answer them. I can give you some tips for hospital, any things that you should take. Also remember, if you smoke or you drink, you have to be prepared to give them up. Smoking is a no, because it can impact on the spinal fusion after the surgery, as well as it can cause complications with your lungs before, after and during surgery. And drinking alcohol is definitely a no-no, especially with the morphine and morphine tablets that you'll take when you're discharged from hospital. Some of you may be on Oromorph, and some of you may be on Sevrodol, depending on obviously your consultant and your surgery. But if you are due to go for surgery, then the best of luck. Again, I'm happy to provide support services. I'm happy to come and visit you in hospital, and to help you through the whole procedure. And hopefully one day you can be sat in front of a camera giving people the same advice. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned, and I will continue to post some more videos about my recovery.